There's a place on Earth where it hasn't rained for 600 years, where people settle disputes with their fists on Christmas Day. Welcome to Peru, the strangest country you've never known. In today's video, we will take you on a journey to uncover fascinating and unbelievable facts that exist only in Peru. Truths so shocking they'll make you question the world as you know it. Peculiar Peruvian customs and traditions. In Peru, New Year celebrations can surprise many visitors. People here follow a tradition of giving each other yellow underwear as a New Year gift. They believe that wearing yellow underwear at the exact moment the old year changes into the new one will bring wealth and joy for the coming year. While much of the world celebrates Christmas with messages of peace, the people of Chumbivilcas in Peru's high Andes embrace a very different tradition, Takanakuy, literally when the blood is boiling. Every December 25th, residents settle land, livestock, or personal disputes by stepping into a ring and fighting it out under the watch of referees armed with whips to maintain order. Though it may look violent, the community sees it as a form of justice once the punches stop. So does the anger. Opponents shake hands, share a drink, and walk away free of resentment. In a remote region where official legal systems are hard to access, Takanakuy remains a direct but respected way to restore harmony for the new year. In the capital city of Lima, if you appear wearing a raincoat, local people may look at you with curiosity. Many residents rarely think about raincoats because Lima has not experienced true rainfall for more than 6 centuries. The city receives only about 10 to 15 millimeters of water each year, which is far less than the amount that falls in the Sahara Desert. To understand this better, if you drink a 500 milliliter bottle of water every day for a month, the total amount would be similar to the rainfall Lima gets in an entire year. Scientists explain that what people call Lima rain is mainly moisture from the thick fog that covers the city. Peru is also known for its open attitude toward adult relationships. The culture is so open that it is even displayed in museums. The Larco Museum in Lima hosts the largest collection of ancient pottery themed around intimate activities, with hundreds of pieces arranged in different rooms. It is one of the most popular tourist sites in the city and attracts millions of visitors. However, it is a place that adults should visit without children. Another common part of daily life in Peru is the use of friendly nicknames that may sound negative to outsiders. Friends often call each other names related to appearance, such as fat, short, or dark, as a way of showing closeness. Because of this, some travelers from the United States and Europe have commented online that the locals seem rude. But in reality, there is no bad intention behind these names. It is simply their way of being warm and welcoming. So, visitors should not take it too seriously. Before we move on, I want to ask you something. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, tap like to show your support, and hit hype if you're watching on your phone. Every like and every hype helps this video reach more people and gives me the motivation to bring you even better stories. Peruvian women and romance. Peruvian women come from a rich mix of cultures, giving them a unique appearance that is easy to recognize. Their ancestry includes the indigenous Quechua and Aymara groups, along with the sharp and delicate traits inherited from Spanish settlers. There is also some Asian influence from Chinese and Japanese communities that arrived during the 19th century. As a result, they often have fair to medium skin, slightly wavy black hair, brown eyes, and a balanced figure with a slim waist and rounded hips. People in Peru have a relaxed view of intimacy. Many even believe that the famous national dish ceviche can increase attraction, making relationships feel more exciting. Locals often joke that if a man praises his partner after eating ceviche, she might already be thinking about future children. Although there is no scientific proof behind this belief, it remains a playful part of their culture. In relationships, Peruvian women often prefer to move toward commitment at a steady pace. After 1 or 2 years of dating, they may begin to think about marriage. In their society, marriage represents maturity and strong dedication. Still, they do not make decisions without careful thought before agreeing to a serious future. They observe their partner quietly. They want to see if he is loyal, dependable, and emotionally stable. They pay attention to small signs, such as how he treats people around him and how he manages daily responsibilities. When they feel sure about the relationship, they are confident enough to bring up the next step. Because Peru's economy is still developing, many women hope to date or marry Western men. They view this as a chance for a more secure life and better opportunities. This does not mean they only care about money. While financial stability is helpful, long-term commitment depends on real emotional connection. Peruvian women are clear about their goals and are willing to pursue them. Yet they also know how to balance practical needs with genuine feelings. This combination makes them loyal and reliable partners. The rise and fall of Guano wealth. Long ago, Peru became one of the most remarkable countries in South America, thanks to an unusual resource that few people would imagine could create great fortune. That resource was bird droppings, known as guano. Before we go deeper, tell me in the comments what you think about this. Would you ever imagine a whole country becoming wealthy because of bird droppings? During the 19th century, as global agriculture advanced, people discovered that guano was an extremely effective natural fertilizer because it contained valuable nutrients. As a result, the thick white layers of guano covering Peru's offshore islands turned into the nation's most important export for more than 30 years, bringing a huge flow of wealth and lifting the country into a rare period of prosperity. By the 1850s, Peru had reached the height of its success. Supported almost entirely by guano, this special resource helped the country grow rapidly and enter a bright era of development. Thanks to the profits from bird droppings, Peru could invest in large projects and even equip itself with modern warships, making its navy one of the strongest in the region and a respected force in South America at the time. However, once the supply of guano began to shrink, Peru faced serious challenges. By 1879, the reserves were nearly gone, and the country began to struggle. In the search for new sources of guano, Peruvian leaders turned their attention to the Atacama Desert, a place known for its rich deposits. This growing interest contributed to rising tensions with neighboring countries, eventually leading to the Pacific War. Although Peru had modern ships, its soldiers lacked strong motivation, and the country was unable to maintain its position. After the conflict, Peru suffered heavy losses. The nation lost part of its territory. Many people died, and the economy entered a long decline. This marked the end of an extraordinary chapter in history. When a country once rose to great power thanks to nothing more than the guano left behind by millions of seabirds. The bold flavors of Peru. A traditional food that often surprises visitors is roasted Kai guinea pig. While some foreigners see it as a pet, in Peru, especially in the mountainous Sierra region, it is a familiar dish, strongly associated with festivals and special occasions. Cuy holds a special place in traditional cuisine. And what makes it particularly striking is its presentation. It is usually served whole, from head to feet. This is not meant to shock, but to honor tradition and reflect the completeness of the dish in indigenous culture. For those who dare to try it, Kai is high in protein, low in fat, and has even been recognized by UNESCO as an integral part of Peru's culinary heritage. Today, Cuy appears not only in rural homes but also in upscale restaurants across the country, where some chefs transform it into Cuy pizza, Cuy burgers, or even Cuy sushi, blending ancient traditions with modern creativity, in contrast to Amazonian cooking and Andean dishes. The capital city of Lima is known for a drink that surprises many visitors for a very different reason: the frog smoothie. Some people believe frogs have healing qualities that can help with breathing illnesses and increase energy, giving the drink a reputation as a natural remedy. The way it is prepared, however, is difficult for many to watch. A live frog is taken out in a public market, skinned, and blended with ingredients such as honey, aloe vera, and maca root. The final mixture is a thick, greenish-brown drink that is usually consumed immediately. For some, it is a symbol of traditional medicine and toughness. For others, it clearly crosses a personal line. Would you dare to try this? Be honest. Drop yes in the comments if you're brave enough, or never if this crosses the line for you. I'm reading every single comment and genuinely curious where you stand on this one. This drink has also become highly controversial because of its impact on wildlife. The species most often used is the Titicaca water frog, scientifically called Telmatobius coelius, which is listed as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Heavy collection for food and traditional medicine has contributed to a serious decline in its population, pushing the species closer to extinction. Did you know that potatoes are the culinary pride of Peru? It originated in the Andes, most of which lie within modern-day Peruvian territory. This region is a biodiversity paradise for the crop, home to more than 3,000 to 4,000 native varieties with a stunning range of colors, shapes, and flavors. It is no surprise that Peruvians proudly say, "I am more Peruvian than the potato." The phrase sounds humorous, yet it carries deep national spirit and reflects the millennia-long bond between Peruvians and this humble yet extraordinary tuber. From creamy yellow potatoes in home kitchens to purple and blue varieties in gourmet restaurants, the potato connects ancient farming traditions with modern Peruvian cuisine. The harsh reality behind Peru's gold. Have you ever wondered what daily life in Peru can be like? In some places, the answer is pollution, with alarming levels of lead in the air, soil, and water. This is especially true in the town of La Rinconada, known as the highest settlement in the world at nearly 5,200 meters above sea level. Around 50,000 people live here under extremely harsh conditions. Houses made from thin metal sheets have no heating or hot water, and the town has no proper sanitation, drainage, or waste services. Food must be transported from lower areas at triple the usual cost. And it was not until the year 2000 that electricity and running water were introduced. Because the oxygen pressure is only half of what it is at sea level, even breathing becomes a challenge. Yet, despite all these difficulties, the population continues to increase. The reason for this is simple. La Rinconada is known for its gold mines, which have been active for more than 60 years. To earn money, miners walk about 30 minutes each day to reach the tunnels filled with toxic gas, mercury, cyanide, and very little oxygen. Safety rules are largely ignored, but the mines are still allowed to operate as long as owners are registered and pay taxes. The mining process itself is very basic. Workers drill into the rock, break it apart with explosives or compressed air, then crush the ore. Mercury is used to separate gold from the stone. The leftover material, called lama or sludge, is treated with cyanide to remove any last bits of gold before it is thrown directly into the environment. Besides the official workers, there is another group. They are women who often single mothers or spouses of miners. Each day, they watch trucks carrying waste rock from the mines to open dumping grounds and search through the piles to find pieces that may still contain traces of gold. Because mercury is used everywhere in the refining process, the water, snow, air, and soil in La Rinconada are heavily polluted. People often rely on melting glacier water or collect rain from rooftops, allowing mercury to slowly build up in their bodies. Many residents suffer from symptoms of mercury poisoning, such as itching, burning, changes in skin color, and serious problems with the nervous system, heart, liver, and lungs. The average life expectancy here is only about 35 years. Nearly all children in the area have lead levels in their blood that are far above safe limits. For this reason, La Rinconada has become a painful reminder of greed, environmental destruction, and the cruel reality of a place where survival often means risking health and life in the pursuit of gold. The Golden Goliath. Peru has a remarkable and uncommon position in the world market, as it is one of the few places where Coca-Cola does not dominate the shelves. Instead, the leading spot belongs to a bright and uniquely flavored national favorite called Inca Kola. This drink is a strong symbol of Peruvian pride and continues to hold a special place in the hearts of the people. Created in 1935, Inca Kola quickly became a part of Peru's cultural identity. It is easy to notice because of its vivid yellow color, which many visitors jokingly call liquid sunshine or fizzy highlighter fluid. Its flavor is equally memorable, made from the herb lemon verbena. It delivers a bold sweetness that people often compare to a mix of bubblegum and cream soda. This taste is so deeply connected to the Peruvian palate that even in well-known global fast food chains like KFC or McDonald's, customers in Peru usually choose Inca Kola instead of Coca-Cola. For many years, the American company worked hard to take over the market but struggled against the strong loyalty Peruvians had for their local drink. Realizing that they could not defeat this cultural attachment, Coca-Cola eventually changed its strategy. In 1999, the company spent an estimated $300 million to acquire half of the Inca Kola brand, giving them rights to its distribution in Peru and other regions. This major business decision remains a clear example of how powerful local traditions can be, and how a single golden drink was able to stand firm against one of the most famous brands in the world. Mysteries of the Nazca Lines and Ancient Mummies. On the Nazca Desert Plateau in southern Peru lies a remarkable site filled with huge and mysterious drawings known as the Nazca Lines. This cultural wonder includes more than 700 giant figures created over 1,000 years, from around 500 BC to 500 AD. Mainly during the Paracas and Nazca periods, the lines were formed by clearing away the reddish gravel on the desert surface to reveal the lighter earth beneath. Altogether, this network stretches for more than 1,300 kilometers and covers an area of about 50 square kilometers. These drawings include long, straight paths, simple geometric shapes, and over 70 images of animals and plants, such as birds, monkeys, spiders, killer whales, parrots, and cats. Along with other symbols, most of the figures can only be clearly viewed from above or from nearby hills, which has led many to wonder whether they were designed for someone watching from the sky. In 2024, with the help of artificial intelligence, experts identified more than 300 new figures. Broadening our understanding of this mysterious site, the dry climate and lack of strong winds have helped preserve the drawings for thousands of years, although human activity and environmental changes have begun to affect them. The true meaning of the Nazca Lines remains one of the world's great archaeological puzzles. Many theories exist, suggesting they may have been used for religious rituals, astronomical observations, or prayers for rain. Some researchers believe the lines could mark wind patterns, water routes, or serve as an agricultural calendar for ancient communities. Others present bold ideas such as these being landing paths for alien visitors, although no scientific evidence has been found to confirm this. The Nazca region has also stunned the world with the discovery of unusual mummies that look similar to depictions of extraterrestrial beings. These mummies have long skulls and hands and feet with only 3 fingers. At first, many suspected they were fake objects made from animal parts and adhesives. But after further study, specialists confirmed that the mummies are organic and belong to living beings more than 1,200 years ago. Forensic science even suggests that some may have experienced violent deaths. These discoveries add to the intrigue surrounding ancient mysteries and strengthen interest in the possibility of unusual life forms in history, although their origins remain unknown. Both the Nazca Lines and the strange mummies continue to inspire curiosity and fuel the imagination about ancient civilizations and the unknown. Now I need to hear from you. What do you think is really going on here? Ancient civilization with advanced knowledge? Religious rituals? Or could there actually be something extraterrestrial involved? The counterfeit currency empire. Peru has long been known as one of the world's most active centers for producing fake money, especially counterfeit US dollars. According to the US Secret Service, about 60% of the fake US currency circulating worldwide comes from criminal groups in this South American nation. Authorities estimate that each year, Peru produces between $15 to $20 million in counterfeit bills that eventually spread to international markets. Most of this money is smuggled into North America and Europe, earning Peru the reputation of being the global counterfeit capital. One of the reasons behind this lies in Peru's historically strong printing and publishing industry. During its prosperous years, the country had many advanced printing facilities and a skilled workforce of technicians. When the printing industry started to decline, many workers shifted their expertise to illegal operations. Criminal organizations quickly took advantage and began recruiting them. As a result, counterfeit bills were produced with such high quality that they included watermarks, security threads, and detailed light effects capable of passing bank detection machines. In many cases, analysts needed microscopes or special optical devices to detect flaws. To address this issue, the Peruvian government has taken strong action to dismantle these criminal networks. From 2012 to 2022, the National Police worked closely with the U.S. Secret Service to carry out numerous major raids. One of the biggest operations happened in 2019 in Lima, where authorities seized more than $8 million in fake bills along with advanced printing equipment. After this event, the United States established a permanent Secret Service unit in Lima to support investigations, train local specialists, and provide counterfeit detection tools. Over a decade of operations, more than $100 million in counterfeit currency has been confiscated. Showing the enormous scale of the problem, still, Peruvian officials admit that the battle against counterfeiting is far from over. The mysterious cliffside coffins of Karajia. Imagine climbing a mountain and suddenly seeing human-shaped coffins hanging on a cliff. In a remote area called Karajia, near the city of Chachapoyas in Peru, these unusual coffins actually exist. They stand on high cliff edges more than 2,000 meters above the valley below, creating a sight that is both impressive and haunting. These are not ordinary coffins. Each one has a human-like form with a stern face and strong jaw, similar to the statues found on Easter Island. They are about 2.5 meters tall and are made from clay mixed with straw, shaped and dried using ancient methods. Afterward, they were painted in red and yellow tones. Some even have real skulls placed on top as decoration, adding an eerie touch. Inside each coffin is a mummy positioned in a fetal posture with the knees drawn to the chest. The bodies were wrapped in wild sugarcane and covered with clay to help preserve them. Some coffins are decorated with patterns resembling long robes with feathers, suggesting that the individuals were of high social rank. Archaeologists believe these coffins date back to the 15th century, meaning they are over 600 years old. What puzzles researchers is how ancient people managed to place such large and heavy coffins on steep cliffs without modern tools like cranes or safety equipment. This remains a mystery without a clear explanation. Some suggest that the builders used unique techniques or followed spiritual practices that gave them the confidence to perform such tasks. Experts believe these coffins belong to the Chachapoyas people, an ancient group that lived in the northern mountains of Peru before the Inca Empire took control. They were known as the Cloud People because they lived in high places near the sky. Chachapoyas women were famed for their beauty and were often chosen as wives by the Incas. Despite this, the tribe resisted strongly before eventually merging with the larger empire. Today, the human-shaped coffins in Karajia remain one of Peru's most unusual archaeological wonders. They reflect ancient beliefs about life and death and show the artistic skill and deep respect for the afterlife held by the people who created them. Peru at the edge of the impossible. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie or an ancient legend, but in Peru this seemingly impossible phenomenon is real. There exists a river so hot it can literally cook animals alive on contact. This river is called Shanay Timpishka, though it is more chillingly known as the Boiling River, hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest in the Mayantuyacu region. Shanay Timpishka stretches about 4 kilometers and has water temperatures ranging from 122 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Any creature that falls in can be boiled alive within seconds. What stuns scientists is that this place isn't anywhere near a volcano or a magma chamber. According to conventional theory, this shouldn't be possible. So why is the water so hot? Some hypotheses suggest that rainwater seeps deep into the earth, gets superheated by geothermal energy, and then resurfaces through fault lines. But no definitive explanation has been confirmed. Peru also hides a nerve-wracking, spine-chilling experience, the dizzying mountain passes that cling to the edges of the Andes. But Peru doesn't only challenge the limits of nature in the jungle, it also tests human courage high in the Andes, where nerve-wracking mountain passes cling to the very edges of the mountains. Imagine sitting on a bus, facing the legendary slope nicknamed Horse Killer, a series of zigzagging roads that plunge you toward a 1,000-meter abyss in just moments. Every year, these treacherous routes claim thousands of lives due to devastating accidents. Yet this very road is also where countless unsung heroes are forged. Among them are seasoned drivers like Mr. Glorioso, who has spent more than 50 years behind the wheel, with 12 of those years dedicated solely to navigating this death road. To drive here in the Andes, you need to keep calm. You have to be strong. It's a bit difficult. Their secret to returning home safely lies in unwavering nerves of steel and the patience to move through the mountains at the mountain's own pace. Locals have long grown accustomed to this danger. They even have a well-known saying, "Better to arrive a little late in this world than to arrive early in the next." Traditional Peruvian cloak, poncho. Peruvian ponchos are not just garments, they are the crystallization of time, craftsmanship, and the soul of Andean weavers. To complete a handmade alpaca wool poncho, artisans must undergo a long process of spinning, natural dyeing, and meticulous hand-weaving that takes from 500 to 600 hours, sometimes stretching over several months depending on the patterns and techniques. Because of this, Each poncho is almost its own unique heritage piece. In many Andean communities, a poncho is more than clothing. Peruvians are often gifted a poncho upon reaching adulthood, and it is believed to last a lifetime. Peru has one of the world's oldest and most sophisticated textile traditions, with techniques dating back to around 3000 BCE, and they invented nearly every weaving technique known today. The Cat Park. In the bustling Miraflores district of Lima, you'll find a charming wonder known as Kennedy Park, or as locals lovingly call it, the Cat Park. What makes this place fascinating isn't just the hundreds of cats roaming freely like honorary residents. The story began in the 1990s, when the park was threatened by rats and beetle infestations. Instead of using poison, locals released cats to control the pest. After completing their hunting mission, the cats stayed. Today, they are lovingly cared for by the community they have designated sleeping shelters, receive vaccinations, and are sterilized. The local authorities have even put up warning signs. Abandoning a cat here can result in fines of up to 150 sols. The cat park isn't just an adorable attraction. It is a vivid testament to how Peruvians transformed a small problem into a uniquely humane symbol where love for animals is expressed responsibly right in the heart of the capital. Isolated tribes in the Amazon. Deep within the vast Amazon rainforest, where sunlight barely penetrates the thick canopy, exists one of Peru's most astonishing realities tribes that have never had contact with the modern world. These indigenous communities live in isolation within protected areas such as Parque Nacional Alto Purus and Reserva Territorial Madre de Dios, regions where modern humans are largely forbidden to enter. With no electricity, no technology, no knowledge of cars or phones, these tribes live like in prehistoric times, relying solely on hunting, gathering, and the rhythms of nature. What's truly remarkable is that they know the modern world exists. They've seen airplanes overhead and at times come near settlements, but they choose to remain distant. History has taught them the dangers of contact disease, displacement, violence, and even extinction. The Peruvian government has enacted strict laws banning all unauthorized contact and filming, aiming to protect these tribes from outside interference. Peru is one of the few countries in the world with an official policy to safeguard uncontacted peoples, recognizing them as a precious part of humanity's heritage that must be preserved. Peru is not just a country, it's a whole different universe hidden on our planet. From bizarre traditions and extreme ways of life to ancient mysteries that scientists still struggle to explain, Peru proves one thing: the world is far stranger than we think. If you believe Peru was only about Machu Picchu, this video has shown you a completely different side. Wilder, deeper, and almost unbelievable. And the crazy part? These are just a few of the countless secrets this country holds. Peru is a place that refuses to fit into any box. And the more you learn about it, the more impossible it becomes to forget. Peru is also famous for its open attitude in adult relationships. But travel a few borders away, and that same idea of freedom in public spaces takes on a very different meaning. In one country, when night falls, public parks transform into places where even sex is allowed. Curious where this happens? Click the link in the top corner or check the pinned comment below. And if these mind-blowing facts stunned you even a little, share this video with someone who thinks they already know the world. Trust me, Peru will shock them. Hit share to spread the surprise. And let me know which discovery you found the most unbelievable. I read all of your comments. And thanks for watching.